And that's why current frame rate is too high. How do I change that then? Hi Steve, you alright mate? I'm just trying to, I don't know what's going on, but this camera on this laptop, apparently the resolution is too high for the stream. So, oh, this is weird, I can hear myself coming through here now. I might have to use my crappy little camera. I know this one works because I've used this one before on stream. Let's see if it comes through on the phone. Only thing is, the field of view on this camera is rubbish. And you can't see all the stuff I've got out. I can't see nothing, Steve. Hang on. As a camera, let me just change that camera back, because I'm sure it was actually working then. It's weird this watching myself back with a delay. Oh, there we go. Yes, the other camera is working. Sound. That's good news then. Just give it a sec because I just need to make a quick smoke and go out and smoke it. Gather a few users up. For those that are here now, the 3 viewers, I think there's 3. Got the Sanjian Ghost Box, good old trusty PSP7, my laser, which is gonna be plugged into the PSP7 headphone socket, send all the sound through laser into this device, into a speaker, which is currently just getting a little bit more charge. And also I've got my good old trusty plasma ball. Now I can't turn the lights down. I'll just try actually. I don't think the image quality is very good when the lights are down. Looks a bit blurry. But you can see the plasma ball better when the light's down. Let's just hide it up a bit because it's nice to have it on the screen. You know, this is going to probably wipe out most of the reception on the Ghost Box. But we'll have to see. It is a bit close to me. Right, what's that, guys? Just go and make a ciggy. Can you hear me now? I bet you can still hear me in the kitchen, can't you? Right, back in a sec, guys. Just gonna have a fag outside the back door, and then I'll be with you. By the way, if you've only just come here, just click subscribe, because my other channel, obviously a lot of people are subscribers on there, but this is a brand new channel, so just click subscribe, and whatever it is you need to notify of live streams, and pardon me, you can be straight on it then when I've got a live stream going. Well, I don't know about you guys, but it's absolutely silent it down out there. The course went through. I've had nothing but rain, rain, rain. What's buzzing? Plant a ballpark back, it'll be alright. One more camera, where's the other camera? I'm going to set another camera up just for recording what's going on over this end of the room from that side, just in case anybody sees anything or whatever. I can have a look on a second camera. I picked up this little beauty the other day from the car boot sale, £20 with a case, Sony Night Shot with a 30GB hard drive on it. So now I can use this little beauty again. I haven't used it in years, about 13 years since I last used this. But it used to go on every investigation with me, and it used to light the place up, well, like a floodlight. But compared to today's infrared lights, it's pretty poor, to be honest with you. Nowadays they haven't like that, don't they? We're literally a load of LEDs, and I don't know how many this has got in it. 8. Oh Jesus! Yeah, look, 8 LEDs. That's going to go on the bottom of here. I have, by the way, got on Hangouts, so if anybody wants to come on at some point, I might give them the link, and then they can come in and be on the stream. I should have had this lot set up earlier, but there was that much stuff and I had to pull it all out from underneath the stairs. I very rarely use it all anymore. And I couldn't find it, none of it. Right, cup of tea at hand, everything all in front of me, that's good. Let me get my chat on so I can read what's going on. But yeah, anyway, the reason why I've decided to do this again now is, well, I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I think I did it about 3 times. The last 3 times, absolutely nothing happened. And the only difference is, I had a different camera with a different mic, and ever since then, using the laptop mic, I don't know if it's the frequency it picks up on or the laptop, the way it processes the sound, whether it's taking some of the sound out, I don't know. But either way, the Nikon D3200 that I've got, that camera is amazing, but obviously I can't go live with that because it's just a DSLR camera. So I'm hoping someone's going to actually come through tonight, because I won't hear most of it. You guys probably will. That's usually the case when I'm live streaming. I can hear some of it, But I think because I'm trying to concentrate on the chat and what's going on, I generally miss loads of replies. So, like I say, if you hear anything, just let us know in the chat what you hear. It'd be nice if I had my glasses and I might be able to read actually the text a lot better. As much as I hate to wear them, especially in public, right now they would be very useful. My NHS specs. They're only meant for reading, but I can read in them, so that's good. Let's have a look, see what's been going on. Yeah, what a good find. Very good find. I couldn't believe it myself. I had to buy it for that price. Definitely good for its money, and I don't need to do anything with it either, so that's good, which reminds me. Where's my tripod? Sweet. Fine. Camera's on. Everything's sorted. And my plasma ball power pack's buzzing like mad. Right, so the stream's coming through all right, so that's a good plus sign. Let's just hope these ghost boxes sound all right as well. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that on my phone instead, but obviously it's a bit small. And as it gets later in the day, it's harder to read the small print as I get tired. Right, so not many of you, well, I would have thought none of you have ever tried this before, but it's definitely something you want to try. But at the minute, I can't say how it's made because it's not really 100% safe. because I've literally used the bare bones of stuff inside here to get this working. All it is, basically, is a set of Christmas tree lights battery pack from the pound shop to cut the wire off. The lasers out of, you know, the laser crabs that you plug in and it does all the stuff to your music, a bit like what they have in the nightclubs. So I took the laser out, the laser module, and all I've done is I've run it in line with the batteries and a jack plug. So basically, if I had a bit of metal here, which I haven't, and make a contact, once I've turned it, the power's actually on now and you can't see nothing, okay? But hopefully I should be able to show you with this knife. As soon as I make a contact over the 2 pins on the end of there, the laser comes on. So the idea behind this that I had was that as a child, I used to, if you've seen my videos, you've probably heard it before, but as a child, I used to play with LEDs and electronics and stuff, and I used to put them on speaker wires and watch them flash. And then I realized that you could actually receive that flash using anything that picks up light. So whether it be a solar panel, a proper light sensor, or even another LED reversed can do it as well. Infrared LEDs and your normal average LEDs. And it pretty much plays the sound back into an amplified device, which I've got a big one here, a big iPod speaker here at the side of me to plug the Ghost box in. But yeah, so what'll happen is I'll plug this into the PSP7. So the sound will come straight out. Some will come out through the speaker because I leave it half in, half out. Then it passes through the laser, goes in through that and out the speaker. And the idea is that not only are they affecting the radio frequencies and the sounds and the electromagnetics in the air that affect the speaker, they're also going to be have a chance to affect the light. Now, you know, let's just say for safe sake, there's all you know, everybody says, some people say orbs are just not a real thing and it's just dust. I believe some orbs are real, but a lot of it is dust. That's my theory on it. But let's just say, for instance, if they can show us a ball of energy, of light, maybe they could flicker through this in a way, we don't know what they're capable of, maybe they could flicker through this in a way that it can imprint sounds as well. So maybe you wouldn't even need to use a ghost box or anything, just use a tone generator, which something I'm working on at the minute I discovered by accident. I'm making a tone generator app just for myself, just to play around with. And basically what happened is I had it on a certain frequency and then the app crashed, but stayed playing. So when I reopened it, I put it on a slightly higher frequency, and what it did is it cancelled out the sound completely. The sound disappeared. So for me, that rang little cogs going in my head, and I thought, well, the sound is actually still there. My phone picked it up on a little frequency meter that I've got, sound meter, and it picks up, it told me the frequency it was doing with these two tones combined. That, like I say, what it was doing is as I was going up the tones, it was like going from a single solid tone to a tone that's like a wah, 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 if you know what I mean, kind of sound. And that's just playing two tones together. But like I say, once I got to a certain frequency with them both, which I need to research the differences, if that's what's caused it. But either way, the two tones cancelled each other out. So it was just silence. But there was sound there, but I couldn't hear it. So that to me interested me a lot, because that told me that there's sound in the air that I can't hear at a frequency that we can. And I couldn't hear it. And I can't explain it. So that's something I'm going to be researching soon. But one of the little experiments I want to try with that is I want to do a normal recording with my phone or whatever, dictaphone, and record this sound as it's silent with the two tones together and me asking questions. Now, my theory is that if they spoke in another tone while these tones are playing and cancelling each other out, would that tone come back? If so, when they speak on a frequency that they speak on that we can't hear, maybe we'll be able to hear it. And I could literally make this as a hardware device for everybody to use as well. So it does bring back some memories of, I don't know if you guys have seen it, yeah, but on YouTube there's a video of somebody wanting to make a ghost box out of it's like a big box with weird, looks like 2 tubes, loads of dials, and they found it somewhere in the UK, and apparently all it does is do tones, and they do all these different mixtures of tones, and some people said it was used for torture, some people said it was used for alien communication, some said it was used for spirit communication. And it just makes me think, if that was possible, maybe that's what they were doing, getting that frequency where you can't hear the sound, and then suddenly the spirits, when they speak on their frequency and it adds to them frequencies, you can hear the sound come through. A bit like our ghost box work in a very similar way, but not, you know, if you know what I mean. Let's just catch up on some of this. Spirit lights plus an orb did ask. Yeah. Now it's funny you should say that, right? I've had, there's a chair over here, you can't really see it, but there's something about that spot, which one of my videos, I'm sat in front of the chair with the plasma ball on and the lasers on, and it's the best session I've ever done in my life, ever. But yeah, I had, in that spot, there was a time when I had, was it me Galaxy S4, and it had slow motion on it. I mean, my new one's got it on, but it was the first time I had slow motion, so I'm literally filming things in slow motion. And I just thought I'd give it a try. And I was in the room and I'm asking, I'd just done a ghost box session. And I'm like, you know, if there's anybody here, can you show yourself on the camera as an orb? Or try and manifest so I can see you on the camera or visually myself. And what ended up happening was this orb came. And it was weird because it like stayed in the focal vision of the lens. It just came in and just sort of stayed. But then it started doing movements that was, I don't know, it was in a way that I couldn't explain. It was flashing, was this orb, like a flashing orb, and it was moving, just potting around in front of the camera. And then it sort of went off. But then I moved the camera back onto it, and as I did, I'm sort of following it. So imagine the orb's there, and I'm like filming here, and I'm following it. It kind of stopped again, as like, well, like, it can actually see me, kind of thing. This is what I imagined going on in this energy's mind, if it has one, or what it was thinking at the time. And I just imagined it thinking, wow, it can actually see me right now. But what it did is, to prove it wasn't dust, it didn't just float off in any direction. It literally zigzagged. And I'm trying to follow it with my camera. And it was almost like it was doing a test to see if I was actually seeing it, you know? And I still followed it on the camera. And after that, it did things on command. Now, I said to it, can you come down the screen? And then I felt like there were 2 of them. So I said, I've got a funny feeling there's 2 of you here now. I mean, I'm not psychic, but I do pick up on a lot of energies around me. I pick up on people's emotions and a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of pick up on. I mean, I can go in houses and I can tell you straight away if there's a spirit there. I can probably give you their initials, because generally as I walk in the door, I see the images in my head of letters, basically. People messaging me and stuff. Dog whistle theory. Oh, you mean, I've never heard of a dog whistle theory, but I know what you mean about, I think I know what you mean, because a dog whistle, we can't hear it, can we? But what, has somebody tried another frequency with it and then you can hear the dog whistle? Yeah, I've got, I haven't got a proper one, but I've got a really decent app that does an image map. Instead of like the little equalizers bobbing up and down, it's a, what they call it, voice print. It does a voice print across the screen. And I love using that when I'm doing things, mainly because I can see the difference. I can tell if it's something that's vocal or if it's not. I can just see the difference in, like, if I'm talking now and you guys said, oh, I heard a voice and I had the voice print on, I'd be able to see the exact frequency that came in on. I'm starting to get a headache again. These last 2 days I've had an headache beyond headaches. But somebody told me something a couple of days ago, and if what they said is true, it would explain the headaches a lot, because I've got a funny feeling that my third eye's opening up, and as it's doing it, it's giving me an headache, and it is literally right there in the middle of my head, and it's a very strange headache as well. Yeah, these was definitely illuminating. There's no doubt about it. I'm sure I've got the video on my YouTube. I'm sure I have. Now, there was two. The best one that I did isn't on YouTube, but it was. I'm not sure if it's somewhere on my personal Facebook account or whether it's on the Mark C Paranormal one, but it's definitely there. And it's amazing when it does it. Really is amazing what it does. And I the feeling I got was really weird. Like when I asked for, when I told you I saw one come down, I said I felt like there was two, and then I asked if they could both show themselves, and they both just fell down the screen. Now that could have been dust, but for me it just felt, I don't know, I got a feeling of confirmation as well, like how I said to you, I can feel how people feel. Well, I felt that the spirits that was with me then was quite joyed by the fact that I knew they were there, and as excited as I were getting at the fact that they knew, I think they was excited as well, and I could feel that excitement that they were getting, which is weird. It's like this house, I'm sure we've got loads and loads of spirits pass through this house, as well as people that stay here, and I feel their energies all the time. Everybody sees them around the house. My wife sees them, my kids see them walking past the window. It's like they walk through the door and out the wall, just over there. And literally, we are built on mines. This, where I live now, was either the car park or the club itself, what the miners used to go in. So there's definitely a lot of history with the land that I'm on, which is why I love this house for ghost boxes and stuff. But I mean, not only that, I've got my Paranormal Live ghost box over there as well, underneath my TV. That's constantly running, the ghost box app. Yeah, just look me up on Facebook. There is two Mark Coultouses, because I've got a cousin in Bradford, where I'm from, called Mark Coultous. So, but you'll see my cheeky mug on there. Right, so let me just whack this. I'm intrigued to have a go with this again, because to be honest with you, I've had this on for a bit now, charging up the air. And like I say, the last time I did this live, it didn't work out. But the last time I had proper results with it, it was just out of this world. So I want to try it out, see if you guys can witness it firsthand, the difference between a normal ghost box and a ghost box running through a laser. Can you guys hear that buzzing, by the way? This plasma ball power pack is making a right noise here. I've got to have the extension on the table here with all the plugs on and stuff. Speaker on. Wiring. So I was plugging that straight into this little cheap speaker, look. And this was off my garden lights. You know yourself, when you've got garden lights, they don't last long. They last a year and they're cream crackered. And it's going to take me a minute, because what I have to do is I have to line the beam perfectly onto the little lines and what's that camera? Onto these lines here. Or the ones down at the bottom is where I generally do it, but I don't know what the bottom is, because it's just a normal square piece. Right. We'll have to try and keep the... Oh, you're having a laugh. Don't even have any batteries in that are any good. Let's check see if I've got any more. I hope I have, because this is the one I want to use. Yeah, these batteries are proper zonks, so I'm not even sure if this is going to last 2 minutes, but this is the only thing that works with a laser. So I'll have to be quick. Get this there. Can you guys hear the difference in the hiss as I'm moving the laser? So I just want to make sure that you can actually hear the bit that's coming through the laser. And if I can move this down, you can see it. Just. Right. I'm only going to get a couple of minutes with it. Let's just whack it on and have a. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's right quite fast. So I can't turn the volume up anymore because the battery's literally dead, but I don't think it's going to even have enough power to pick anything up. It's almost going to go flat. You can tell it's flat as a pancake. It's literally trying to die. You hear that clear enough now? It's scanning. It's not very loud, but I don't think it can actually. It's literally flat as a pancake. Hello, if there's anybody here with us tonight, can you try and use this plasma ball to get some energy again like you did before and speak through this device using the laser and the radio? Can you try and say my name to confirm that you're there? Alright, let's say okay, Mark. If there's somebody trying to speak through this box, it's really hard to hear at the minute because the batteries are dead, but can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up, please? Did he just say it then? Can you say it again? Cheers, Steve. Well, the thing is, the ghost box is absolutely flat. The display's even barely coming on, it's that flat. Because I haven't used it for so long, the batteries are just zoned. And it's the only thing I can use with this laser as well, as you know. Is there anybody there who would like to say out to Steve Cooper? Would you like to say Cooper? Well, I don't know. I know your hiss is still there, Steve. Okay, I want to ask a question anyway. There's been some things happening over the last couple of days. Well, yesterday and today, actually. Can you tell me the name of the person that's doing it? If it is actually somebody that's doing it? Yeah, it's only quiet because it's dead, trust me. And that's the only reason why it's so quiet. I've actually got it coming through really quiet on the ghost box itself. Hello? Hi? I hear that crystal clear. Even though it's flat. Who's that? Can you try and say your name for me again and use the energy off the ball? So it said Melanie and then it said Mark. Hear that? Did you just say Melanie? Is that Melanie who came through last time I had the plasma ball on? The Melanie that was with Linda? It's really hard to make out, it's that flat. But it's like something's definitely trying. Who's trying to speak through the ghost box? So it's somebody, Liam and Andrew then. Is the three of you trying to come through? Now the good thing is this puzzle ball is actually wiping out most of the reception office as well. So as you know, anyway, spirits, as I told you earlier, I'm testing out a live stream on the internet, and people can hear you right now, and you're being recorded. Yeah, I will do, Steve. It's just that I can't run them through the laser. So as I was saying, I've already made you aware of the fact that I'm going to do this stream. So if there's anybody watching and you know them, can you please try and give them a message? That way I don't know who it is and it's definitely not fake. Hello? If there's someone around, can you let me know that you're here somehow? Can you come closer to me so I can feel you? I'm not so sure if this is going to sound good to you guys, you know. It sounds absolutely crap to me. But it does sound like someone's trying. Is somebody trying to speak to me through this device and I'm just not hearing them? Right, I'm going to switch this laser off now because this, I don't know how long this ghost box is going to last. Oh, it's got more power. How weird is that? I think the puzzle ball's charging the PSP 7 up, you know, because it's actually got more power and it's now actually lit up. So let me turn some more volume on. I might get a little bit better. Put the aerial down a bit. Too slow. Oh, it's flashing like it's going to go off again now. I can't believe I didn't get no battery. I could. I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn this off straight up here because the batteries are going to die, and I'm going to try something else. Because that thing, I don't know what it is with these, but if you, does everybody else have the same problem? If you leave your batteries in, it goes flat. No, I can't try this through the laser. But just see how this sounds down the stream. I'm only going to use it for a minute. Just see how this Sangean sounds. But at least I know the other ghost box sounds okay, so when I've got some batteries I can use that on the live stream. Now then, question is, with the antenna wire or without? It's the Sangean radio.
Music that's in the car. It's hard. Cheers. Yeah. Really well.
Yeah, because it always says it's got it always says it's got power in it on the power meter. Hello, is there anybody here with us tonight wishes to come through the ghost boxes, or are you feeling a bit shy? Plasma ball's really affecting the AM on this. Jesus. How does this sound, Steve? Doesn't seem to have a lot of reception on here. What's interfering with it? there's anybody around us now in this house, can you please come into this room and try and communicate through this device in my hand? It's just a radio that's tuning constantly, but if you can't use it, ask an engineer to help you to come through. And please try and give me your name as clear as you can. If you want my attention, just say my name, just say Mark. Did it say Mark then just before it went start? I'm sure it did. Okay, if you said Mark, hi. Can you tell me your name, please? Introduce yourself to me. Yeah, like I said, Steve, the PSB7 is as dead as a fart. I couldn't make nothing out. But just before you replied, then I heard it say hello on here as well. Hello. How many people are with us now wanting to speak through the box? Alright, catch you later, White Noise. Thanks for stopping by and giving it a test for us. I forgot your name already, you see, I told you I forget. So at least we know this sounds alright then. So this is probably something half use on my live stream. Although I definitely will use the PSB7, it just needs batteries. I don't actually feel like there's anything around tonight, absolutely anything. That's it, Zara. Funny because I see someone say it in chat. Right, those that are still watching, yeah, just do me a favour and think of something in your head and see if this will reply. Pretty much like you're using the Paranormal Live Ghost Box. So just think something in your head and see if you get a reply. Keep hearing it say my name. If I just sit here and leave it on, it'll open. Who's calling? Who's calling me? There's a certain name I'm looking for to come through on the ghost box tonight for validation or something. So if this person is around and if what I've been told is very real, can you come through the ghost box please and say your name loud and clear? Was that you, Paul, then just coming through? How are you doing, Paul? It's been a long time since I've really come through a ghost box. I always get a Paul in this house, and I don't know where this Paul comes from, whether they're here or not, but they come on very regular, and they just say the name, say they had a few words, but they keep calling me. If I just leave it on, they'll call me. Right, so I know that sounds okay. Sorry guys about just cutting it off there. But it's getting late, and I don't want to be testing this for too long. Right, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the speaker on here, and I'm going to try my new app. Just see what comes through. I'm just going to listen. This app has got very, very, very small files in. In fact, if I go to its folder, I'll give you an example of the files that's in here. I'll have the plasma ball back on for this. So I've got a carry case on my phone. If I plug an headphone jack in for some reason, it don't work. I can't take it off yet. Right, so I'm going to put on, I don't know if you can see it from there, but I'm going to put on the Coultous box, my new one. Get rid of this ad. See, even I have to have the ads on it, and it's my own app. Mainly because I can't bother doing myself another version. Right, so that's how it looks if you haven't already seen it. You can't already see on there. Basically, it's just on and off with 5 banks of audio. And they're all super chopped up sounds. In fact, hang on, let me just go to the folder where they're stored in the phone. And I'll just play a couple of them for you. They're all reverse files. They're all exactly the same size, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm sure this banks that I said that I put in. Yeah, they're all 576 bytes, by a couple of them. But let's see if these will play them. But that small, players won't even play them. I mean, if I go through what these are all the files, can you see on there? No, the wire's all short as well. So yeah, if I just, that's how quick the file was. It was there and it's gone. Oh, I'm gonna have to take my case off, I think. It's super quiet. So they're the files that's in it, so I'm going to turn it on. Have a listen. And it generally just talks away, just when I turn it on. It's all reverse audio, like I say. The girl's voice in the background, they go, "Can you hear me?" Yeah, I can hear you. Can you tell me your name, please? The only thing is I can't see the chat now because my phone's... There we go. Yeah, cheers, Steve. But yeah, evidence-based groups, I like stuff like that. It's all right, people going out and doing it for a bit of fun, but I passed that years ago. I've been out and done the fun side of things, and now I want to know why things happen, how to, more importantly, how to reproduce things that do happen so that they'll work for whenever you want to do, basically. So like create an environment for them to come through, and I want to be able to do that and find a way of doing that. So I combine a lot of things. I used to really take down lots of notes before I stopped 15 years ago, and I used to write everything. I've still got all the paperwork of all the blank forms and stuff, templates that I used to fill out on locations, which was everything, temperatures, anything that concerned me, anywhere that might create false positives was noted, so that if anything did come up in any of these areas, I knew really that chances are it was probably because of whatever it was when I first walked around that caused me to write notes. Hello. Can anybody say mine? It just did as I was saying it. Can everybody say my name through this app, please? Or anybody's name that's actually watching right now. David. I don't think there's David watching. There's only 2 viewers. Oh, bloody hell, rig doctors. Hey. Oh, that brings back memories of when I were on a CB radio years ago. I'm just going to leave this on in the background and see if any comments come through the ghost box about what we're talking about. So I generally find if I just sit here and do my own thing, stuff comes through. So I'm going to read the chat and... Tell you what I can do. Have you two both got well, I know you have, Steve, but have you got I don't even know, I could do it actually. Apparently I can share a link to this and then people can come in and actually be on the stream. However, I've got nowhere to actually post a link. Just one sec. How do I get this link? Eric, did you say? Can you just say that name again? That was crystal clear. Hello. How are you? How can I get to this? I want to post this link in the chat in case anybody wants to come and join the stream, but I've got no idea how to can get to it from here. Just give us a sec. Live stream offline. What? Live stream. That must be this then. No. How do I get to this stream? I don't know what's going on with this mouse. It's horrible, this laptop mouse. Oh, there we go. Let me just pause it because I can see myself. Oh, Jesus, the quality's crap. That looks really bad. I think I need a better camera for this game. Right, where do I chat? Oh, there we go. That link there I've just posted on chats in case anybody wants to actually come in and come onto the stream.
Yeah.
I won't normally probably just invite anybody in, but I'm going to put it on there anyway because I need to test this out. I don't know what happens when anybody clicks on it either. I don't know if I have to do anything on here or... Yeah, like I say, I don't know when the streams will be. It's just this one tonight because I've just created the channel and I've never really done the Hangouts before and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make sure it worked all right. And obviously getting all of his stuff back out again has taken me ages and setting it up. So at least I've got an idea of how long that's going to take next time everybody's gone to bed and I can put it all on.
Hey!
Hey! This one's
Hey!
let me whack in the old headphonics.
Headphonics. We're live.
Dun. Let's turn this off. Yeah, I need to get this all sorted, Steve, when I start doing streams because I was so unorganised tonight. I didn't know what time I was going to start it. Then when I finally decided I was going to start it, I gave myself an hour, by which point I needed to make room to put all my stuff on this table. Then I had to get all my stuff out and think I'm going to power it all up on one socket. So I had to get my extension out, then I had to get a plasma board out, my speaker, digging out a PSP 7 and that from underneath the stairs because it was all packed away.
You done bloody well, though, geezer. You done bloody well.
So yeah, obviously when I'm going live properly, it'll be a lot more different.
The cat pillows collapsed on the cat. I made him a nest earlier and it fell apart. All of a sudden, just collapsed.
So yeah, like I say, eventually I'll do something that I like this, where we're just chin wagging between a few of us.
Yeah.
Maybe showing off of stuff, ghost boxes, you whacking yours on, or whoever else is on, doing whatever they do.
I like the laser communicator geezer. You should be bringing that out more often. That's just seriously cool.
I should. I'm just a bit gutted that thing's flat as a pancake, because I couldn't make out what was going on, because you know, like when something goes dead and it's like distorted. That's what it was like.
It was clearing out the hiss and everything from it. It just sounded awesome.
Yeah. I'll have to listen back. I'm intrigued because there's a couple of things I thought I heard, but I wasn't sure. So
you could play this back, I think, on when you look at your YouTube channel, you can actually play it back afterwards and then see everything anyway. So you could possibly play it back through or download it through YouTube, then watch it again through something like Audacity, and then rip the audio off that's you might have had any EVP responses from. So
yeah. It's just a bit weird because, like, I've got my laptop way over there. Like, it might not seem far away from me, but it bloody is. So I'm like having to really stretch out to get to the keyboard. You know what I mean? Oh, here's an idea, look.
Yeah, I've tried live.
And then I've got to use this tiny little thing. I can't piss and read it. Oh, it's tiny. Look at the size of that.
I know.
Like, even with the glasses on at this time of night, my eyes are bad. And it's like...
Glasses suit you, though, geezer.
No, I don't like them. I hate them. I think I look... Do you know what they remind me of? Jack Duckworth. All I need is a bit of like...
I don't know who that is. I don't watch Coronation Street, bro.
I don't know who that is. I don't watch Coronation Street. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all I need is a plaster around there, and I think I've cracked it.
I could tell Duckworth name because of like literally knowing from Debbie that has watched like Coronation Street before, but nah, not my cup of tea. Like the sound of the program really makes me want to shoot myself in the head.
Yeah.
It is almost as depressive to me as like the Emmerdale soundtrack.
God.
Actually, the Emmerdale soundtrack makes me want to go and blow sheep up with an RPG.
I've been there. I took care there.
Blowing sheep up with an RPG.
Not quite. But yeah, I took her onto the set. I took her to the wool pack. We didn't go in like, but took her to the wool pack.
You've been to the wool pack?
It's actually a real. It was actually a real place, a real street, and everything that they filmed on. Yeah, they had an agreement with all the residents to film there. And literally,
in like Emmerdale or in
on the Emmerdale, yeah. It was a real it's a real life place, and literally you can go there. Obviously, like the post office is there, the wool packs over the road from the post office. As it is there, everything's just as real. The only thing is, when they must have paid them some money or something, because when they've got the actors there, obviously you can't drive up and down, and they've got their extras that are walking up and down instead of the locals. And what they do is they like walk into the house on set, but then when it shows it obviously inside the house, it's in the studio. But you could be literally there, and they'll knock on the door and say, right, yeah, we're filming today, and one of the scenes is where so and so walks into your house, because they actually live in this house on the set, and they're going to be walking in at such and such time. So just be prepared for them walking in your door and then closing it behind them and then going back out again once they've cut the camera.
That wouldn't be fun. That wouldn't be very fun at all.
It wouldn't
like that much. No, honestly though, seriously, geezer, those laser communicators you made, you were the first person in ITC, as far as I'm concerned, to use those. I've seen many people use them in the past for just literally sending MP3s in between one point and another. But I've never seen anyone using for ITC until that video that you put up like 3 years ago, if not a bit longer, showing like you making those things and then using them. And I tried making them and I can't get them to work as well as you can. What you did with them has got mark magic in it, and I think these should be something that you should sell and make a fortune from, because seriously, it has got potential for ITC experimentation off the scale. It is something amazingly not just simple but functional.
Yeah.
That isn't just usable for ITC but for every other application, as well as, like, MP3, using MP3 sounds from your phone, from any device, like, sending the sound across. Or it's got the possibility of even transmitting, like, video file, if you think about it.
Oh yeah, well actually, yeah, you could do, no problem, because to be honest with you, the laser, well,
The blink
light's faster than sound.
Exactly.
So I would literally be able to get lightning data speeds through a laser than through a cable. That's for sure. No doubt about it. Oh wow. I wonder, like how they've got the optic fibers? I wonder if they use a laser on the end of it or a light.
They use I'm not sure actually. I think they use some form of constructed photonic transmission. But that is a very good point.
Because if they use a light, if they use an LED as a transmission point after all the electronics that's before it, well, a laser's a hell of a lot brighter than an LED. So
I think it depends upon the actual size of the LED cable as to what power they have to put in to transmit the data, and the size of the data. So if it's, that's a very good bloody point, though, bruv.
Yeah,
very bloody good point.
It is. It's amazing how we hit on these things, isn't it? When we have a tune, like things just click, and it like makes you wonder. Like, I mean, you're like me. You kind of wonder how things work, and it's just brilliant. But yeah, anyway, getting back to what you were saying earlier about these laser communicators, I'm not bothered. But you know yourself, I'm not bothered about making one. I could have been slinging out ghost boxes for the last 3 years, and I just haven't.
Yeah, but bruv,
because that's not my motive. Do you know what I mean? I'm not more, as much as I'm skint and always need money. I'm not motivated by it. It's not. I'm not going to do it for the sake of money.
Straight away, I would buy a few of those off you, and I would literally know a bunch of other people that would buy those off you.
I will make some. Don't get me wrong. I will do it at some point, but just not right now. Right now is not a good time because I'm busy focusing on the apps, and I need to get these finished, and then I can take a break from the apps then and just leave it for 6 months or something and not bother touching them. Do you know what I mean? Like, just put that to the back of me for a while.
You're a multi-talented fella who's got a lot of skills, a lot of talent, and your apps, they show it as well with what you do with them and the things that you come out with using your imagination. It seems unfair to me how people like yourself don't get the recognition they should deserve.
Yeah.
Especially what they've done. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just, to me, it's a bit wrong. It's dirty.
I used to, but you've got to bear in mind that, I mean, I dropped out of being.
Yeah, but dropping out or not,
a public. Do you know what I mean? A public sort of person.
What you've done.
Oh yeah. But you see, the thing is, it's websites, isn't it? It's about having a website. You've got to have it documented on a website. Blah blah blah. And I just can't be asked, because to me, I'd rather forward my research than sort of forward on. Sorry, I'd rather forward my research than spend time promoting what I've already done. If you know what I mean, I'd rather I just did a portfolio and just whacked it all on when it's done, than just like make something or other, show it off. I'd just rather focus all my energy on just moving forward than. I mean, it's good to get it out there for people, but I mean, like you say, there's no recognition for it. People only copy off what you do, and then they go, "Oh, I did this first." And I mean, you know yourself, you've told me this before, where you've mentioned about a few people have done things and you've not felt it's right, and I'm just not bothered. If they want to go and say they've done it first and they're the inventors and creators of this, whatever, and so be it. It's not, for me, it's not a race. It is a race, and it isn't a race. Yeah, I want to be the first person to truly have a telephone-like conversation with spirit and be able to give that to other people to do. But that's everybody's dream that's in this field, like yours and, you know,
Yeah,
all the other
exactly.
people
But
that's
if
out there.
somebody's got
It's
their
our big
first,
dream to be the one that opens the door truly for anybody to just
I know
access the
that
other
you and
side.
me, that we're not that much of a massive ego that if one of us ever did it first, like got the full on bang on communication, if we didn't work together and do it, which is more than likely, then we'd both pat each other on the back for communicating or getting that level of communication.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Well, it's not just
we're
that. I
not.
mean,
There is the recognition level to it. Yeah, fair dues.
oh well, yeah.
But there's like,
You don't want to work hard on something and then find that you've kind of got nothing. But like I say, you don't want that to happen, but it does, and there's no point beating yourself up about it because no matter whether it's paranormal or not. I mean, look at the fidget spinners. You know, the woman created it for her kid. You know what I mean? And literally, she couldn't afford to license it and patent it. So literally, she's shown this idea off of this. Next thing you know, companies got wind of it. Then they've started promoting it, and then all the Chinese and everybody started doing it before even they've got them out. They've only just started advertising them on telly now, this company that was originally going to make them. And
yeah, exactly.
that pissed her off enough, the fact that this company was going to start making them. But the worst mistake was that even they didn't patent it. So, like, obviously, the Chinese have got wind of it, and then they just started whipping them all out. And now it's probably registered to Mr. Chong Wing somewhere in China. Some guy sat in his house, just registered the patent.
Yeah, which is fair play as well.
But I know they do that because I was working. I'm sure I've told you before in the past about the kettle idea that I was working on, and I spoke with an inventor in America, and he was a professor, and he basically went through disclosures with me and all of that sort of stuff, and we went through all the copywriting and how it works. And I tried with a couple of devices that I'd done. For example, one of them, this is going back years now. I had a computer fan with magnets on all the way around it. I see it all over the time now on YouTube, but I did that years ago. And my dad said, wow, why don't you get that patented and make like a big giant version for in the back garden that sits in a round drum? That's what it was going to look like, the patent. Imagine having like an oil barrel, but wider.
Yeah.
And it would come in two halves, so you could lift the top off. But once you've got the top off, you see the actual motor side. Oh, you've got the motor, and you can just pull it out like the inside of a motor. The bit with all the copper windings on, you can just pull it out, and that box would literally just spin all day on nothing and just generate electricity. But I looked online, and someone in China has already registered. In fact, loads in China have registered all different versions of them. So that's what they just stopped me then. So I thought there's no point because Mr. Chinaman's going to come and basically take all the money. And you'll find that when you're looking for patents that it's China that have most of the patents because they just literally sit there and make an idea up and register it. They don't even necessarily make it. They just know that one day someone's going to do it and they're going to have rights to that, to the money, really. I love this
that is
ball.
true.
Sitting fat for this plasma ball all day. You can't even see it from there now, but I'm just sat here and I'm like just playing away with the plasma. I love that when it does that on my hand.
Oh, is it just me and you that's on here now?
Yep.
Fucking hell. Oh, do you know what Deb was talking about earlier?
What?
She had a great idea. I think it's a great idea anyway. Maybe next year or the year after, yeah. The ladies and the kids go on holiday to Spain somewhere together while me and you fuck off to the Isle of Wight. Dude's holiday!
That'll be good. We're about going abroad next year somewhere.
Yeah, I'd be well up for that.
But right, just give us a sec. I need to just go and make a smoke, Steve. Hang on.
Bruv, should I call you back through Facebook?
Do you know what as
Bruv,
well?
should I call you back through Facebook?
Eh?
Should I call you back through Facebook? It'd probably be easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, all right, hang on. I'll just close this stream down.
See this